On the path to financial independence or retirement, there is a tendency that especially among finance people to get excessively obsessed about how much money you need to retire and what will make you happy. And largely we have never sat down and thought what is happiness and what are we trying to do to achieve happiness. So if you're a big spender, buying some big asset, you went and bought yourself a nice new camera or a yacht or a car or a plane or whatever, depending on your lifestyle, and you thought, wow, that will make me happy. Does it really make you happy? I really don't know, because the question is, what do you do with it? You have bought it, you were obsessed that you want it, you bought it, and you've not been able to use it. There's a lockdown going on, and so does that really make you happy? Does acquisition of an asset make you happy? Does using of that asset make you really happy? I don't know. Does traveling around the world make you happy? Does traveling to certain specific locations which you must see make you happy? Again, each person has to define it by himself. So why do we think that achieving financial independence will make us happy? It is a goal that you want to reach, you have reached, and after that what? That's a very important question to keep asking. What do you want to do with your time? Because when you are talking about financial retirement, what you mean to say is, now I have the time to achieve my goals. But if you do not know what are your goals, maybe you want to spend more time with family, but get realistic. How much time will you really be able to spend with family? And does the family want that? Not everybody is well organized. I have a friend who just turned 51. He's done one thing. He works only 4 days a week. Every Friday, he finds somebody to visit, right? He visits them for lunch. He has a breakfast at home, and then he visits them for lunch. Could be an uncle, an aunt, a friend, a classmate, anybody. He makes an appointment and says, next Friday, I'm going to come and have lunch with you. So normally, if he's eating out, he buys out the lunch, or if he's eating in their house, obviously they're paying for the lunch. So he goes there and he sorts out, if it's an old uncle or aunt, he sorts out their mutual fund problem, insurance problem, banking problem, anything like that. And if they have a problem in their car, he'll give them a friendly mechanic and, things like that, sort out certain other things. A lot of his friends, parents live in the same city where he is, so he visits them, and they're more than happy to receive him. And he says he has uncles, aunts, cousins, friends, parents of friends, and all of them are very happy to receive him, and he spends the whole Friday with them. He spends the Saturday running chores at home, whatever his wife wants him to go and buy or things like that. And Sundays he goes for long walks, etc. And he makes sure that he does not use his phone other than as a phone, which means on a Sunday he will not, he may see WhatsApp messages, I'm not very sure, but he'll pick up calls and he will talk to people. And other than that, he doesn't do anything else on Sunday. He's off screen on Saturday and Sunday, except using the phone just for WhatsApp and messages, exactly how people used to use a non-smartphone. So his phone becomes a non-smartphone for those 2 days, and that's what he does. He's at least pursuing what he thinks will make him happy. If you do not know what will make you happy, how are you going to pursue that? It is not just money which is going to make you happy. If I tell you you need 30 times your annual expenses for retirement, is it going to make you happy that you have achieved it? No, that is just the journey. You have just started on the journey. You are happy that you have achieved it, yes. But after that, what? What do you want to do? How do you want to spend the day? Try structuring the whole day. Maybe you want to go for walks, maybe you want to join the gym, maybe you want to go cycling, maybe you want to go swimming, maybe you want to go running. But all that is not going to take more than 1 hour a day. You still have 23 more hours to go, right? So I think ultimately, if I were to stop a few people on the road and say, what do you want? Very likely that they will come up with money and say, I want so much money. Which could be anything, could be 1 crore to 10 crores to 100 crores, I don't really know. And because people think that, oh, if I get that money, I will be happy. But I don't know whether that is how you define happiness. So what is happiness, right? we think by achieving money we will get happiness, because we do not know what is happiness and we do not know how to pursue it. In the financial independence community, that it's a simple thing that if you have 35 times your annual expenses, or 30 times your annual expenses, or 25 times your annual expenses, depending on how aggressive an investor you are, you will decide that you are financially happy. But is it really true? And if you were to look at your life 10 years from now, after you've retired, how will you look at it? Will you be happy that with what you have, with what you have done? Or are you going to say, oh, I wish I had done this, which means you have not used your time very properly? So I do think you should start by making a time budget and say what you want to do with your time, because your purpose budget and your money budget should be in sync. You should do those things which will make you happy. If sitting at home and binge watching movies will make you happy, so be it. But at least write down and see what will make you happy. And after a week of watching, say, 10 movies, are you happy doing that, or are you not happy doing that? Do you want to sleep in the afternoon? I mean, be my guest, make your own list, right? Decide what all you want to do. Do you want to watch television? Do you want to restrict yourself from watching too much television? Anything, whatever you want to do, right? Not what is right. Society does not have norms. Unlike when you're, say, 28 and they'll push you to get married, and at 31 they'll keep asking you, when are you having the kid, right? So here there are no society norms of what you should do in retirement. You have to make your own list of things to do. Some of those things will make you happy. Some of those things will not make you happy. Teaching people may make you happy, but when you feel that people don't want to pay you for your services, then you're wondering two things. One, are my services really worth something? And if it is worth something, why do people not want to pay, right? Both are fair enough questions. So you don't know. Let me give you an example. I was standing with a friend when a young boy came to me, a little kid came to me and said he was selling painting books, and I had no use for painting books. My daughter is too old, and I don't even know whom I can give. So I said, what will I do with these painting books? So he said, oh, if you see some poor kid somewhere on the roadside, you can give it to that poor kid. So I was very happy. He didn't say, sir, I don't care, you can sell it off in Raddi or some stuff like that. He didn't say that. He actually said, so I said, okay. So I bought from him. I didn't bargain much. And then before he was leaving, I said, come and take this book back because I don't need it. And he looked at me and said, no, you keep the money, I don't want it. I just was trying your salesman skills. So this is a sales training course, and I think he was doing a damn good job. A little kid, maybe 12 years old, 10 years old, right? He was doing a great job. So it gives you pleasure in doing that, and well, that's it. You have helped a little boy. Will that amount of money matter for me? The answer is no. Will that amount of money matter for him? Slightly, yes. This is not about money. This is about having enough financial freedom to be able to stand on the road, talk to a kid like that, and help him with a small amount of money, and make sure that he goes on in life. Did I plan some of this? Not even 5 minutes before I met that kid, I knew I was going to do something like that. But it gave me enough pleasure for me to talk about it to you, right? So whether it is doing a trade and earning a little bit of money, or doing a trade and losing money, or helping somebody like this, right? This COVID times has given us a lot of opportunity to be able to help people. So that gives pleasure. So I really don't know what gives happiness, and whether we are all writing down what will create happiness and what we should do. Are we able to really understand what we want? The answer is no, we don't. So it is important for us to fill our day with activity, right? So somebody wants me to do a lecture for children on money. I'm happy to do, because I think children are the best people to address. So are women. So women are an audience to address and say, okay, if you are a woman, these are the things you should know about money. If you are a child, these are the things you should know about money, right? So does it give me money? No. Does it give me pleasure? Yes. Will I do it full time? No, I don't want a commitment of that side. But doing 5-6 episodes in a year should not be a problem. Do I want to do 5-6 episodes in a week? Answer is no. I do not want to. I do not want to make it so big that it becomes stressful. So define your own happiness.